Right, welcome back to whatever episode this is of the Mini. It's been a long time. Uncle Mike's called in because Uncle Spike is he's buggered off going playing trains or something with the kids. So Uncle Mike's brought his wagon. No, this is the doesn't make any noise at all. It's, what would you consider that as? Like a
hybrid.
A hybrid, is it? Yeah. Yes. It's what is it in that?
That's 408. That's 6.7 litre in English.
And we've only had that on the dyno once, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which is a struggle. Trust me, it is huge. I think Mike's monster. Right. So what are we going to do? So 2 years ago, I poked the Mini in there, and I'm being genuinely serious. We've just been round and had a look at it, and she's a bit of a steak, Mike, isn't it? So let's go and show you. And there she is. Look, poking her little eyes out. So this is my this is just a yard. I don't care about it really. We got a garden out the front of the house, and so it's just literally where I just chuck shit, including this. Now, it looks a bit sorry, in fairness, and it's properly started growing in it. It is very green. That's actually properly hard. We've got some brambles growing in there. Look. Yes, it is. You know, I put my old table there and leant that against it. This is all grown in proper. I'm proper impressed. So what we're going to do is let's have a look inside here. Oh, she's a honey. Mate, there's got to be animals living in there. Yeah. Right.
You're steering, yeah?
Yeah, looks like it. So we're going to drag this out. I'll move the table away first. Keep on rolling, baby. Let's hear it. Whoa! Take the strain. All right, whoa! Oh, fuck me, it's moving already. Hang on, hang on. Right, so it is out. So it's genuinely been there 2 years. All of the yellow stickers. If you've been following this little project over the years, because I guess this has been going on now 5-6 years. The reality of it is it was our little track car, great little thing, and we'd fuck around with it, and then it only ever let us down a couple of times. Once when we lifted the head off because we were running like 43 pounds of boost or something ridiculous. So we lifted the head off and did the head gasket. But it would just be faultless. It was a great little thing, but we just kind of parked it around the back because for the last couple of years I've been doing some other stuff. So the long story short is we want to get this out and about. So let's just pop the bonnet, Mike, and let's just see see how that looks under there. See how that's fared. So, okay, well, we got a nest we've got to move. I pinch the coils for something else. Oh, and the throttle body, I remember pinching that. But yeah, so it's all in one piece, isn't it? Like, we could have that running, I'm sure, like, in a minute. So, I guess question one, what's that? Is that a worm?
I think it's a shoelace.
It's a bit of shoelace, lovely. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is, or the first question is, do we clean this up? Actually, I'm torn. Like, we either clean this up again, replenish the stickers, make it look, somehow how it was again, or do we just say fuck it and leave it as it is and just roll with it? What do you think, Mike? You want to just leave it, don't you? I can just tell. Don't like cleaning. No, that's fair. Oh, there's a bigger supercharger. There's an M90 there that that Steph gave us that we were planning on having a look at, but mate, that is in there, isn't it? So the first decision is that. Now we know what we're going to do with the car in the future, and what we're going to start doing, like, kind of now, really. Oh mate, I think we should clean it. I just look at it and it's just very savagely green. It's not tasty, is it? That's properly in there, isn't it? It's made us like a new life form living in a car. Oh dear, that looks not tasty in there. It's very dirty. Think that should stay? It's like a passenger.
Makes it organic, green, environmentally friendly,
yeah,
vegan friendly.
It's vegan friendly binny. So a executive decision was made, and we drink coffee and eat some biscuits. Yeah, we decided we'd clean it. When I say we'd clean it, we got them giving it a clean because we decided that actually, what are you doing? Get to work.
Foreman, isn't he?
You're foreman, yeah. So we decided that if we're going to be working on this bloody thing, the green is not going to be fun. I've already dirtied my hands. Oh, I'm getting wet too. So yeah, we're going to wait for them to the professional cleaners to clean it. Then we'll roll it into the workshop and see what's what. What do you think, Mike? It's hard work, isn't it?
Grand idea.
Grand idea, grand. Oh, it's looking remarkably white. There's lots of sticker on the floor. And paint, yeah. We've lost some paint. Lost in battle. Lost a bit of paint there. This side, oh no, not much paint there. We've lost lots of stickers. Oh, good lord. What have you done there? No care in the world. I've got the patio cleaner on the end there, so that's probably half the problem, but it was quite a serious job. It resembled more of a patio than a car, being brutally honest. Nice, clean. Right, so car's back now in the workshop. We've given it like a basic clean, as you can see. So yeah, long story short, we're going to try and get this running as is, just to make sure everything's survived the 2 years in my yard at the back here. If you've not followed what we've been doing so far with this, I don't blame you. The last video we put up was a couple of years ago now. Long story short, it's just a little mini track car, as you can see. We ended up compound charging it. It was compound charged, and we just kept adding boost, and throwing various other bits on it. Presently, as it stands, it's a it's a Holsit turbocharger. I can't remember the exact one off the top of my head. It was a few years ago now. But we've got the standard M45 supercharger. It compounds the boost. It goes air filter, turbocharger, charge cooler, supercharger, intercooler, engine. The last track day we had, we were doing 43 psig of boost, and we lifted the cylinder head the time for that. So the engine spec essentially is standard. It's got the wildest cat cam that they do. It idles like an absolute POS, but it didn't bother us, not really, because it's rarely on idle, frankly. We've got some ARP rod bolts in there, ARP mains, and some ARP head bolts just to hold the head down on. Other than that, stock engine. That is mated to a DQ250 DSG Volkswagen gearbox. Obviously, we've custom mounted frames and all the rest of that crap to make that work and make that go in there. All being managed by a Max ECU race. Now, it's like I say, it's just gone on and on and on. We've got various bits and pieces, some nice big brakes on it. We've got the Bilstein B16s on it, and it's been and was, you know, just good fun little thing. And me and my brother, like, we call it Sunday Club. Long story short of that is, like, me and my brother and a few of my other mates. None of us really drink or piss around with any other sort of hobby, really. It's always been cars. So Sunday mornings we usually spend, and probably will do till none of us can bloody walk, or we're all in wheelchairs, and I suspect we'll be pissing around with them. But we've always got something on the go, and this was like 2 or 3 years of just that Sunday morning stuff. We just, you know, Sunday morning we'd have our have a bit of breakfast, come out here, mess around with this bloody thing, and that's just where it stemmed from. And we stopped doing this purely because I've got a Jaguar, and we went out and did a bit of racing with that, but we don't need to be doing anything to that for a minute. So we are going to get on with this. So the plan is thus. We've gone as far as I think we can go on a standard engine. It's doing, I can't remember what it was doing. I think it was like a 320 wheel horse on my dyno, so it was decent power. But we don't want to go anymore. We can't with the present setup. The turbo is wound right open. The supercharger, everything is the only thing we do is add more boost. And the turbocharger can't actually keep up with that past about 5.5 at the moment. So it's doing what it's doing. Naturally, the way we are, we wanted to just go and play a bit more. We get bored when it's just the same. So we don't want to get carried away with doing anything to the engine. We don't want to go big valve head, being brutally honest. It's just down to cost. The thing is literally built just on a shoestring. It's our toy play thing. Like I say, it's our social event, really. This thing, it's just throwing some old snot together and making it what it is. The fact that we can go and take it to a track day and test it is like the icing on the cake to us. So that we think is as far as is possible standard engine. So the obvious thing to say now is we want to make it go faster. We want to make it that bit more bonkers. And over the last year, we've been talking about various bits and pieces to do. And a couple of years ago, we embarked on a very similar project to what we're doing now with this. But what we're going to do is we have collected over the last year another engine, which will be to the same spec. It's a low mileage engine. I bought a car which was broken or crashed, so we pulled the engine out of that. We have another DQ250 gearbox. Obviously, when we made up the adapter plate and the flywheel for that, we've got all the drawings, so we can just get another made. Long story short, we're going to put the exact same spec of engine that's here in the back. So essentially, we'll have it'll be four-wheel drive. We've sort of had a basic measure up, and we think we can keep it all in the same, the same shape of the car. We don't think we'll have to change the outside bits, so the silhouette will remain the same. Obviously, we'll have to lose some bits, the rear windows. We're going to have to put like a rear bulkhead. We've decided that potentially it's now going to have, probably the best part of 700 wheel horsepower. So we should probably put a roll cage in it. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. Management wise, obviously I'm a Max ECU fan if you've ever followed my page. So we're going to run Max ECU Pro to run the front engine. We're going to run a AIM PDM32 to run the power supply for the system. We're going to run the AIM 10-inch screen. And we're going to use probably a Max ECU Race for the rear engine. They're both going to be, as I say, on the DQ250 gearbox, which is the Volkswagen gearbox. We can run those directly from the Max. Now, what I'm hoping to be able to do is just put both of those ECUs via the same CAN network, and then all of our gear changes will be on the same CAN bus. They'll be picking up the same signals, so it should be fairly instantaneous and fluent. Everything, all the throttle positions, everything will be digital and done via the CAN bus, at 500 times a second. So it should be really quick. The shifting should be quick to react. As I say, all of it should be. I'm talking about this like it's minutes of work, and it won't be. But yes, we're gonna. So the electronics should be relatively straightforward. All of the old twin engine cars from the sort of back in the 90s. Whenever I saw Nova once, and the gear selection and the clutching and everything was just all very agricultural. I mean, the car's obviously a piece of shit, so we're not gonna, we're never gonna win any competitions with it or any of those things. But what it will do is allow us to test bed a few things that we want to test bed for something else. It isn't going to cost us a massive amount of money because essentially it's just cutting the back out of it. We're going to go the simple way we think by using a front subframe in the rear, make up some links where the steering rack would go that are adjustable, so that essentially we'll have the front suspension set up in the rear. Now, we're not drag racing guys at all, so I know we'll probably never end up going to a drag strip. It's not our thing, but we're fully aware it will be a straight line car. I've no doubt it will handle like shit when we get to a track day, which is what we do a lot. So I'm sure it won't be quicker, but oh my god, I'm sure it'll be absolutely bonkers. So yeah, we've got some changes we're going to make. We're going to go, I think, fully air-to-air at the front, remove the charge cooler just to make things simple. Back end, obviously, as I say, we've got to put a bulkhead in, and we're going to put some vents in the side to feed air to the rear. But yeah, hopefully we're going to get started like next weekend, all being well. Obviously, the first thing to do is cut out most of what we can at the back end of the car, see what we end up with. We've got a subframe I've collected as well. So like I say, the ideal for us is to get the most of the front in the back again. We're not going to fudge it, but we ain't going to reinvent the wheel. There's no, we sort of sat there and thought about 3D scanning the inside of it, 3D scanning this, but that's making life difficult for ourselves. The easiest thing to do, just use the original pickups, put them in the back. Obviously we'll end up using a bit of CAD to make sure that we end up with the wheels in the right place. I don't really like just sort of fudging things like that, so it'll get us our right cutting points at least. So yeah, if you'd like to come along for a ride, watch the next video. And yeah, I think it'll probably be one of the most bonkers minis on the planet, I imagine. Certainly up there. There was a twin engine mini built many years ago when these were first around, and there's various videos of it shooting around the place. I don't actually know what ended up happening to it. That was just two supercharged, twin supercharged. So yeah, this will obviously be something that bit different. So we'll have two superchargers, two turbochargers, two engines, two DSG 250 gearboxes, two ECUs, one PDM, and Christ knows what else. So yeah, come along with me, Spike. Uncle Mike's going to come along as well and do a few bits and pieces. He's quite excited by it. It's just something different again, right? So yeah, I'd be interested to know what everyone thinks about the outside. I just quite like to keep it blue and yellow again. Keep with the police car livery. I quite enjoyed it, quite liked it. But all the stickers have now very obviously fell off and are a bit shit. So we've got to do something. We either just buy some more blue and buy some more yellow and just send it, make it look the same as it was, or maybe go something completely different. There's been some very stupid ideas coming in and out from us lot. But yeah, I'd be interested to know what you think. So yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and all of those things, and follow what ends up with this thing. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.